Okay, good deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. Today is going to be okay. Hey, Annie, how you doing? Yeah, thank you for joining us. I believe you saw the invite on LinkedIn. Am I correct? Let me see something real quick. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So basically, what we're going to do today, this particular webinar is going to be probably different from some of the other ones that you've been to, only because, well, two things. One, I'm absolutely not trying to sell you anything um, in this webinar. And the second thing is what I'm also trying to do is, well, what the initiative is, it's a pay it forward initiative. In other words, every other, well, I'm not going to say every other Sunday, but once a month at my office, I have Coffee Talk Sundays, right? And, well, you know, Sunday is actually kind of difficult for people to actually attend because, you know, maybe they're going to church, spending time with their family or whatever. Basically what happens there is they show up and they start asking me questions, and you know, they come with questions, but I don't get an opportunity to see the questions ahead of time. There's small business owners and entrepreneurs that come with questions, basically about everything from starting a business structure, marketing, how to use Amazon as a platform to sell your products, or anything that relates to actually growing a business and being an entrepreneur. That's what we have at Coffee Talk Sundays. Now, because, like I said, Sunday is such a difficult time for some people to show up, this is the pay it forward that we were supposed to do for this month. And the reason why I selected the topic, how to win in the age of Amazon, is because I have people actually coming to our company, which is ThinkGrids, after they've gone other places and they've spent thousands of dollars on social media marketing, or they spend thousands of dollars on whatever some quote unquote guru has basically recommended them to do with no results. So today's webinar is supposed to be kind of like a deep dive, but it's going to be a little bit different than a deep dive. I'm actually going to not, like I said, not sell you anything in the end. I'm actually going to give you the action steps that you should take to help grow your business if you're just starting out, or if you have a business and maybe you're having problems moving a product or selling your service. So with that said, we are going to get started. So before we get started, though, I want to do just a quick poll here from you all, and just kind of get your feedback. Here's the poll. So take a minute. What do you expect to learn from this webinar? Take a minute and vote on what you're supposed to learn. Now, I hope you have some coffee or some water or something, because we're we're gonna have fun. Because I have coffee here, and a lot of times with these webinars, people that are like selling you things, they don't allow you the opportunity to see them. But you can see me, as you can see my little workspace at my home, and I'm not in the office today, but you are getting an opportunity to get a deeper insight into me. The fact that I love coffee and water, and I spend a lot of time in this place right here in my room. So I see 100% of you actually said, I expect to learn to market online and to grow customers. That's exactly what we are going to cover in today's webinar. So just a quick look at the agenda for today. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to identify some common small business online problems, mistakes that online businesses make when they're trying to sell products or services online. We're going to identify some solutions, and then in the end, we're going to outline some winning steps and strategy in the age of Amazon. And I say in the age of Amazon is because Amazon is such a dominant, well, actually the most dominant player next to maybe Alibaba and AliExpress in terms of selling products and services online. And I say services is because we all know now that you can go to Amazon. If you need to get your house painted or you want your house clean, you can actually order that through Amazon Home Services. So let's get a little bit deeper into it. Now, the executive summary here. So these are problems that over my years of experience that I've identified as key problems to why businesses don't succeed in selling their products and services online. Number one is convenience. Ironically, if you can look just a quick glimpse, I say convenience is a problem as well as a solution. So what does that mean? That means that if the more convenient Amazon makes it for you to actually purchase online, one click, boom, it comes to your house. It makes it easier for customers to order products and services, but it also simultaneously makes it hard for small mom and pop shops who are trying to survive in terms of competing with them because they don't have the infrastructure or the know-how to compete against the convenience of Amazon. So kind of wanted to elaborate a little bit on that. And moving on to the second thing, which is content, it's a problem as well as a solution. Let me explain. When you go to Google and you're searching for something, you search a keyword, when all the things that pop up on the first page, chances are you're going to select or read something that's on the first page, right? You're not going to go past, typically, they say maybe 90+% of people, I may be a little off on that statistic, but I think it's actually like 95% people never go past the first page. And that's because the people that appear on the first page, they either appear on the first page in one or two ways, organically, or it's a paid search, which is called search engine marketing, SEM. It's SEO, which is content driven, versus SEM, which is paid pay-per-click advertising. So the owners of websites, business owners and entrepreneurs that have websites, whether it's a Shopify store or just a regular website where you're selling a product or service, if you don't have the right content and have the right keywords that is very searchable, that's coming up of what most people search for, then you're actually doomed. And if you're landing on the second page as well as the first page, meaning your website is not optimized, then you have a problem with your content. And so I'm bringing up the problem and the solution, but we're also going to get into some actionable steps later on in the webinar on what you can do to actually, basically fix this problem. Okay. Now, another problem moving on here is the digital divide and fear. A lot of small business owners, and I would gather to say not so much entrepreneurs, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they are with the digital age, but a lot of people that have been in business for a long time, and all of a sudden they're starting to see their profits, or their sales fade, is because they have yet to adapt to the digital world. In other words, they either have done business in a way for so long that they feel like that is the absolute only way to do business, or they just fear actually doing business that way. And even though they know it's the right way to do business, in other words, having what they call a bricks and clicks strategy, selling at your storefront as well as online, but meshing them together where you can have a bricks and clicks mix, they still refuse to go online because of fear. And you probably know people like that who will not, maybe they don't like to check email, or they're not up on the latest technology. And those are the type of business owners that are suffering really, really badly during the age of Amazon. Unfortunately, you get to a point, as we move down to the other problem, the social media marketers, get to a point to where these small business owners, they say, well, I got to do something. And here comes walking in their business some guy or gal who have taken maybe some social media marketer guru's course and now they're coming in to sell their services to you. And the problem most of the time is they do not understand the strategy or the analytics behind making it, one, work, and two, if it's not working, making it right. And looking at the last situation or problem, you got to ask yourself this question. How many times have you been to a business, like say if you are a marketer, you've been to a business or you know people like this, when you go and you say, well, who's doing your social media? And they say, oh, I have a girl or I have a guy. Yeah, they have a girl or they have a guy. They always have a girl or a guy, but do they have a strategy to make it actually work? And many times, especially in this age of convenience and content, and everyone's a social media marketer, the answer a lot of times is no, because a lot of those small business owners, one, don't know what to look for. And because they don't know what to look for, they become a victim of the social media marketers. And for them, it's just easier to have like maybe their secretary do the work for them or post something on social media for them, because some quote unquote guru has told them that, hey, if you have 5,000 friends in this business and you give away a coupon, then you're going to have 5,000 people seeing that coupon and 5,000 people taking advantage of that coupon, and 5,000 people meaning the friends on Facebook. Because I actually heard a quote unquote guru guy say that, who actually sells Facebook courses. Now, I'm telling you, there's a problem with convenience, content, digital divide, and also being afraid of actually transitioning from the bricks and clicks over to the online, and these so-called social media marketers and the guy and the girl. Now, the solution, you have to have convenience. You have to make things convenient for your customer if you are expecting to compete in the age of Amazon. You have to have the right content on your website that optimizes your website, so when people search for your website or search a specific term, like say, coffee, and like if I was to type coffee in Houston, I'm quite sure Starbucks would probably come up first. Even though I did not type in Starbucks, I typed in coffee in Houston. Now, so having the content is right. And what you have to do is you have to hire the bridge the divide and hire a social media a marketer. Hiring a social media marketer or a marketer that really understands a term called inbound marketing, and you'll see that come up again, will actually help you bridge that digital divide. And of course, ultimately, you have to fire the girl or the guy in your business that really doesn't understand how to actually do this, the marketing. You have to fire those people. So in this webinar, I hope that you can get from this webinar, if you're already doing social media marketing and you've spent thousands of dollars on Facebook ads, we want to help you stop wasting that money, help you avoid the common mistakes that business owners and entrepreneurs are making when they're selling online, because one, they are selecting the wrong type of marketing campaign to sell their products and services. So with that said, we're going to kind of move on here. Now, just to give you a little bit about our company, which is ThinkGrids. Basically, we generate business income streams through design thinking, e-commerce, and social insights. And so our primary products is e-commerce development, digital media management, and red SKUs. Now, everyone knows what under e-commerce, what site development is, and inventory management and payment systems. You know that. You need all of that in order to have an e-commerce site. And of course, in digital media management, social media management, many of you guys have heard the term drip, viral, and results campaign. Those are the things that we do. And of course, mobile marketing and content creation is also what we do, but we do it from a professional perspective. And I'll explain a little bit more about that when I get into who am I. Then last but not least, we have a product called Red SKUs. Basically, what we do is we take dead SKUs or products that businesses are having a hard time selling, and we take them and we're able to sell that product for them by knowing exactly where to place that product to sell it, whether it's on Amazon or Etsy or Pinterest, or creating a Facebook store. Those are all the different things that we do. So now, just to get into who I am, okay. Basically, thank you. I mean, some of you guys know me from LinkedIn, others from Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. My name is AJ Johnson, Anthony Johnson. I'm the CIO, which is the Chief Innovation Officer of ThinkGrids. And ThinkGrids, by the way, is a Inc. verified company. I have more than 25 years in marketing experience for Fortune 500 companies. I've done campaigns for like through Cumulus Broadcasting. You can see I work for Clear Channel, Cumulus, and Radio One. I've worked with companies like Apple, Sony, Wrigley's, you name it. I've worked with them. And of course, one of the other things that I talked about in my video, Getting You Here, I talked about, I developed course content for universities. Just recently, I did a mobile marketing course for Southern New Hampshire University. And coincidentally, I'm actually teaching that course this semester. So I understand it a little bit. I understand I understand it not only from a theoretical standpoint, but from a practical standpoint. And with that said, I also teach much of what I'm talking to you about today. Marketing, innovation, entrepreneurship, in the MBA program in Southern New Hampshire. And I'm a facilitator / lecturer at Boston University, teaching innovations in marketing. So in light of you being here today, I want to give you a bonus. And the bonus I want to give, yes, I bribed you to get here because I really wanted you to hear what I had to say, because it's really kind of disheartening when business owners show up in our office and they've spent thousands of dollars somewhere else and they really can't afford to hire us because they have no money and they're seeking solutions. Well, with us, we're not only going to pay it forward to you, but we're also going to give you a bonus, and that's the business model canvas. And you might say, well, what is the business model canvas? And I'll just say to you, check this out. The reason why you want to do a business model canvas as opposed to a business plan, a B plan, is first and foremost, it will actually help you determine the feasibility of bringing a product or service to market fast. In other words, do you have the resources? Can you perform the activities? Do you have a pricing structure? Do you know how you're going to communicate with your potential customer? Do you know how you want to communicate with your potential customer? And do you have those partnerships or those relationships in order to deliver your value proposition to said consumer? Hello, I hope that you got a really just a glimpse into what a business model canvas is. And let me tell you why a business model canvas is so important. If you look right behind me, this is a business model canvas I actually did for products and services that we actually wanted to sell in our place of business, the services that we wanted to actually give to our customers. Now, like I said, with the business model canvas, we were quickly able to determine whether or not we even had the feasibility to deliver those particular products and services, because did we have the right connections, the right cost structure? Did we know how to monetize it? And at the end, by sticking around, I am going to give you the business model canvas. As you can see, my promise to you before you leave here is to give you not only actionable steps and strategy for making your product or service feasible without wasting time, but I'm also going to give you the business model canvas template that you can download directly from this webinar to your desktop. And this way, you'll not only have actionable steps, but you'll have a business model canvas, a structure in which you can start saying, well, you want to start a particular business, or you currently have a business and things may not necessarily be going the way that you wanted to. And so what you want to do is you want to go through it and you want to identify what particular problems you might have, because who knows, You might look at the business model canvas and do your how you're going to monetize the business and realize, wow, based on what I'm spending on cost structures, in other words, like my suppliers or whatever you're paying for, you're not charging enough in order for you to be profitable. So with that said, we just kind of move forward here a little bit with the objectives. So like I said before, that this is a pay it forward initiative. In other words, like absolutely no sales. Okay. I have three pay it forward objectives. One is to help you identify the direction you need to go to change the direction of your business or a business you're thinking about starting, especially if you actually already have a business and your business is not making sales. Okay. And if you're spending money on advertising and you're getting no results from it. And the second objective is I want to identify some key resources to help you market your business. There's so much out there that's free that you can use, things that you don't have to pay for, things that the quote unquote social media marketing gurus will charge you $697 up to $997. And I even seen one guy charging $4,997 just to teach you how to use Facebook. And you don't have to pay that. You can absolutely 100% get it for free. And then my third objective is to provide you, I'm going to open the microphones up in the end. So, let's watch the language. I'm just joking. I'm going to provide you with the opportunity to have a Q&A with me. The only thing that I ask is that you turn down any TVs or anything so we won't get too much feedback, and turn down the volume of your speaker if you're talking directly through your speaker. With that said, we're going to kind of move on here a little bit. All right. All right. So we get into the meat and potatoes of this presentation. Bottom line is most of the quote unquote marketing gurus, they either teach you email marketing, teach you social media marketing, teach you how to generate leads. If they're trying to sell you some kind of funnel system, if they're trying to sell you some kind of foolproof viral marketing campaign system, they all pretty much use the same basic marketing and sales funnel. So now, if you don't know the marketing and sales funnel, I'm about to tell you and about to take you through it, basically to let you know that it's really not that difficult. Okay, so that said, the basic marketing sales funnel starts at the top. You see here, basically a lot of, especially if you're doing it online and you're trying to compete in the age of Amazon, it's very, very hard for you to turn down the platform Facebook because of the 1.7 active users on a monthly basis that log in and they're active. So they are your potential customer, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube. You all know that YouTube is a huge channel for a lot of these so-called gurus, right? So basically, you do marketing as you at the start, and stage one is to lead all of your leads, just like it's funny because I actually use this same funnel with you all to get you into this presentation, and we're looking pretty good. We have about 25 people, well, 26 people now here inside of the webinar. So basically, I used Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram to lead you here. But if I would have actually put money behind it, I did an organic campaign, I actually probably would have got a lot more because I'd have been able to target. But this is a pay it forward initiative, and I'm not actually selling any products, so I didn't actually spend any money on Facebook ads. So basically, from Facebook, you click on a link and then you go to a landing page. The landing page in my particular case was the page where I gave you a video and I talked about everything that was going on in the market and how to compete in the age of Amazon. You basically then put your email address in it, which is stage two. I captured your email by me offering you something for free. In this particular case, I'm giving you the business model canvas, right? I could have at the same time tried to sell you something. as you can see in stage 2 here, that is. And then let's just say if you decided that you weren't going to actually purchase something, or maybe you didn't show up to the webinar, I could take the fact that you put your email into the lead landing page, the capture page, and I could have turned around and retarget you right here in stage 3 with a particular offer, or I could have actually sent the replay. Like in this particular case, because I'm not selling anything, I'm actually going to send you the replay of this webinar purely based on the fact that I have your email address. Now, and I know you guys have heard this, and ladies, this last the finish line you've heard, repeat the process, and you've always heard the gurus say rinse and repeat, right? But the question is, if it's that easy, if the basic marketing and sales funnel is that easy, why are so many people spending thousands of dollars and they're not getting any return? So I'm going to ask you why. I'm going to shoot a quick poll out here, and I'm going to ask you why you think that is, okay? I'm going to ask you why you think people are not getting why you think they're not why is it not working? So what do you think the biggest problem is? What do you think it is? Actually, before you do, I'm gonna reset that. I'm gonna give you another poll. Okay, here we go. This is the one I want you to take. Tell me, what do you think it is? I really want to know. And if you have some coffee or some water, take a sip. Because like I said, this is not like some super duper sales webinar in which we're trying to, we're just friends talking. That's all we are right now. So I look forward to you all taking this poll. Okay, go right ahead. We'll still have we have a few more people that haven't taken it yet. Just as I thought. Most people, and I would agree with you, it is absolutely 100% all the above. It is absolutely all the above. So with that said, let's start looking into some solutions. So if you are an entrepreneur, a small business owner, the first thing that you have to do is turn your website into a converting profit center. Now, that's easier said than done. If it's not an e-commerce site, then you need to make it one. And some of the people that attended my Coffee Talk Sundays, they know that I give this example about a daycare center. Our company pitched a daycare center. Why? Because the daycare center did not even have a website. And the question that I would ask is, if you were a parent looking to take your child to a place, for childcare, would you trust a daycare center that did not have a website? And most people said no. But it's even more than that. Especially from a monetization side, or from a financial side, they have absolutely no way of taking like payments ahead of time. Parents can't pay online. So one, they're losing money, and they're also losing credibility because they're not online. And the second thing you need to do is hire someone that understands payment systems and inventory, especially if you're selling product. Now, all of these different things that you can learn yourself, and I'm going to lead you to some resources that will actually help you understand how to do a lot of this on your own. Now, the last action step under the first action steps is to reduce steps to making a purchase. Many of you guys know, and ladies, you know that when you go to Amazon, now all you got to do is hit one click, and you've purchased. But if you've ever gone to a website where you have to click here and then go there and then go to another page and then go to another page and then put your payment information in. It's not even saved in case you decide you want to buy on that site again. Then all of a sudden, you're least likely to purchase from that, because what are you doing? You're actually taking away the convenience from the customer. So I definitely highly recommend you really follow these first action steps. Basically turn your e-commerce site into a profit center by following these different steps. So the second action step you need to take is to identify the best resources that relate to your business and your product. Now, remember earlier, I was talking about content. Now, we just talked about convenience, right? Making the one step, the one click. Well, in Google Analytics, there's a thing called micro to macro conversions. Micro conversions are the steps. Macro conversion is exactly what you want the customer to do. In the case of Amazon, Amazon wants customers to purchase or order a service, right? So the micro steps are the steps that get you to the macro. And so like I said, again, you want to reduce the micro steps. But let me tell you, reduce the steps to the purchase or the macro conversion. But let me tell you what the problem is. Most of us, or many business owners, never get that opportunity to even put the steps in front of the consumers. You want to know why? Because of their content. And so again, in the second action step is to identify the best resources that relate to your business or product. And the number one thing I tell all people that are entrepreneurs and small business owners, you need to hit up what is called Google Trends. Basically, Google Trends and it's free. It's a website. You just Google Trends, right? Or type in Google Trends, and basically it'll tell you what customers are searching for. Like, say, for example, today I typed in lose weight, and what came up was keto diet, and it was a bunch of stuff about, Jenny Craig and all that. And then from there, I clicked on links, and I went to like Jenny Craig, and I looked at the content of what Jenny Craig had on their website and what actually made them one of the more popular searches. And by the way, for most of us who are marketers, and for those who don't know, you should know this, that the more a particular term is searched and the more people actually go into your website for that term, the more relevant you are to Google. So Google will push your website as a go-to website in front of people. And so that's how it works. Now, the next thing is Amazon Alexa. Now, not Alexa like Alexa, play me music, Alexa, dial home, Alexa, whatever. No, that's not the Alexa I'm talking about. There's a website, Alexa, an Amazon company. You'll see that basically it's a low-cost search engine to tell you exactly what your competitors, what keywords they're using in order to make their website relevant enough to pop up on the front page of Google. So if you don't know, now you know. Amazon's Alexa. Basically, it's a low cost that can help you ethically spy on what keywords that you put in the content on your website that your competitors are using to actually help you raise yourself up in the rankings and get on the first page of Google. Now, another fantastic resource, a lot of marketers will recommend you do what is called pay-per-click ads, or SEM marketing, SEM search engine marketing. And basically, Google, when you sign up for a Google AdWords account, which is free, by the way, you'll get a keyword planner. It'll actually help you identify within Google which keywords are actually being searched for the most. And a really good strategy is to take those particular keywords and put those keywords in your content. So if you are selling coffee in Houston, then you need to type in, keyword. You need to type in coffee in Houston and see what else comes up. And then whatever keyword is that pops up as the most popular. By the way, when keywords are more popular, it makes you actually less competitive. So you actually have to find a balance of finding keywords that has had a lot of searches for, but are not as in demand because everyone's trying to pay for those particular keywords in their ads with Google. So use that. Take advantage of Google AdWords Keyword Planner. And last but not least, I can't stress this enough. Hire someone, or you write the content for your website based on Google Trends, Amazon Alexa, and Google's AdWords and Key Planner to actually help your site become more relevant. So that is your second action step. Last action step. Don't worry, it seems like a lot, but we'll get through it rather fast. Now, third action step. Now that you understand steps 1 and 2, you have to execute the marketing and sales funnel. Go back to the basic marketing and sales funnel and then tweak it. In other words, step 1, if you own a business and if you do not understand steps 1 and 2, then you need to hire a professional. You can't be cheap when it comes to this, especially when you're trying to grow your business. And that's just the truth of the matter. And when you hire someone, you always want that someone that you hire to give you monthly reports to show you whether or not your website is getting more traffic, or whether it's decreasing in traffic, whether or not your ads are converting and getting you more sales. You need those reports in order to help you make the best marketing decision. Now, step 2, if you're going to do it on your own, I highly recommend you educate yourself. Okay. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that there are a couple of gurus here. I'm in Houston, a couple of gurus in town that are selling Facebook classes. They can charge you as much as $999 to teach you how to use Facebook. Well, you can actually learn how to do Facebook, learn everything about Facebook in terms of placing ads, not only from YouTube University, but from Facebook themselves. Okay. Facebook has what is called Facebook Blueprint, and Facebook Blueprint will walk you through in different modules, like 15 minutes per module, walk you through everything you need to know about Facebook. And the reason why I say it's good, even if you hire someone else to do it, it's very good for you to at least be familiar with exactly what Facebook is all about. So you can make a more informed decision, even though you're speaking to someone who's actually handling the work for you. And by the way, I have MailChimp here too, because email marketing, remember everything, the 20, actually it dropped a little bit. The 23 people that are in this webinar right now, I basically use email marketing to get them here. So it's always good to know about the ads that actually lead people to landing pages such as Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, right? And then how to continue to have a conversation with your potential leads through email marketing. Now, step 3, if you hire a professional marketer or do it yourself, they need to create an inbound marketing campaign. So what is an inbound marketing campaign? In short, it's any media that you're paying for, or any efforts that you're doing, whether you're writing a blog or posting a blog somewhere on someone else's site, or if you're writing articles in LinkedIn, you always want to have a link that actually leads back to your actual website, because remember, your website is the converter. Your website is how you're going to convert those leads into quote unquote paying customers, or whatever your macro conversion is. You just might want to generate more traffic for your website. Let me decrease this here. And step 4, be professional. Don't be cheap. For all the people out there who are attending this webinar, and trust me, I was doing it before. Get rid of the Yahoo emails on your website. You might have a beautiful website, but we can be reached at, weight loss center at yahoo.com, weight loss center 123 at yahoo.com. No, same with Google. Get rid of those emails, because what it tells people that want to do business with you is that, wow, they're kind of cheap. They don't even have it actually makes them question your credibility, whether or not you're a real company or not. So it's very, very important for you to actually pay, like, say, for example, you could pay as little as, say, $5 a month through Google for a professional email. Or you can go to Bluehost and you can get unlimited emails for about $10 a month. So either way, be professional, don't be cheap. You make that a part of your strategy for your new converting website. Now, so the next thing I want to say here is, what's your next steps? Okay, it's time for you to get busy. Now, you all know what you're supposed to do, and you know as well as I do that some of the stuff that I said to you today you've heard before, right? But you need to implement it. You need an action plan, and hopefully by giving you the business model canvas, it'll allow you the opportunity to actually put everything in perspective, and so you'll know exactly everything that you need to know about your business. And here's the one thing about the business model canvas, your free gift here today. Your free gift, like, say if you were doing a business plan, you were putting a business plan together for your company, or you wanted to launch a new product or service for an existing company, what you call an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, or if you're an entrepreneur bringing a new product or service to market, if you did a business plan, it could take you 3 months. It could take another month and a half or two just to get in front of someone who's actually going to give you money for it, say a bank, right? And say it sits down on the banker's desk, and the banker looks at it, and the banker has questions about it, right? Well, the banker's going to send it back to you. And the banker looks at it, and the banker says, well, I need some more projections. And so the banker sends it back to you. Well, the banker's not going to look at it as soon as you finish that. The banker most likely is going to put you way at the end of the line. And so you really waste a whole lot of time by doing a business model plan. I know I talk about this ad nauseum. People probably get tired of hearing me talk about it, but you've got to do the business model canvas, because in 1 or 2 days, you immediately know everything you need to know about it. And you'll know one other important thing: whether or not you can bootstrap your company, whether or not you can go at this venture without actually borrowing money from the bank. And I always give entrepreneurs the advice of avoid borrowing money as much as you can, as long as you can, because all of your quote unquote sales projections are just that, they're projections. So it's best to make all your mistakes when you're not on your own money, and you're not making mistakes on other people's money. So what is the last thing I need you to be cognizant of? And that's actually a timeline. So I always suggest businesses and new businesses, existing businesses, new businesses, and entrepreneurs looking to start something, I suggest a 90-day timeline. For the first 30 days, if you do it yourself or you hire someone, build or rebuild your website to where it becomes a converting website. The other thing is, after you've got through those first 30 days, create and launch an inbound marketing campaign based on the actions and strategies that was on the strategy slide earlier that you've outlined, and you'll get this entire webinar replay coming to you shortly after this webinar. So the last thing, once you've implemented, you've built the website, and you've got the right content, you've done everything that you're supposed to do based on strategy, you've looked up the right keywords, your website is completely optimized. Now you move to step 2, you've launched a campaign, you've put money into advertising. By the way, if you're doing Facebook ads, I know many of the quote unquote gurus say this, and I actually agree. Start off with just about $5 a day, and run a 2-3 week campaign, $5 a day. That's like $35 a week. And make sure that you find the right target for your particular product, and you will know which the right target is based on research. Look at what people are searching for. And now the third step, the last 30 days, what you need to do is monitor your campaign. Is your campaign making sales? If it's making sales, then what can you do? What little tweaks can you do to actually make it more profitable for yourself? If it's not making sales, can you run more than one ad do what they call A/B testing, where you run one ad A and ad B and see which ad, or ad A, B, and C and D, run multiple ads to see which ad, especially if you're running on Facebook or any kind of internet ad, to see which ads are converting. In other words, bringing you more customers. So those are my suggestions to you as a small business owner / entrepreneur. I really appreciate you all showing up today. So what I am going to do is I am going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. Fantastic. So, hey, again, I really appreciate everyone showing up. Thank you so very much. This is, like I said, part of our Pay It Forward initiative. Absolutely no sales, just sharing information, sharing knowledge, hopefully so you can be a better entrepreneur and increase your profits. Thank you so very much for coming. Take care.